Okay guys, gonna go back to market and see what cable has to give us.
Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. Oh look, talking of warm things, I've got my coffee.
Yes, it's coffee time.
Because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. And he's got a hot wife as well. Are you feeling hot?
No, it's cold today.
Oh.
That wasn't the answer you wanted.
It's worth a shot, wasn't it? Anyway, we're going back to market. If you watch what I do, I often trade. And this one is setting up really well. It's going to be cable, obviously, as you can see on the screen. Now, I've already been trading quite well this morning. Now, I've just done a video for the guys here. And in this video, it will tell them exactly how I'm going to trade this. And I do it for them all the time. I keep it in check. And the guys are having a merry chat amongst themselves at the moment. And in the rogue chat, it is cable that they're looking at. So, what I've decided to do, because I shouldn't really, is I'm going to trade this for the guys. They're in the bar as we speak, having a little bit of a chat, which is good. And if you haven't seen this before, it's our Discord group. We can have face-to-face chat there. We have market calls every day, which is these. And what they are, the face-to-face Zoom calls. And we just talk about the issues of the day and sort of what's on our minds, that sort of thing. Dig into the charts a little if they want to. It's good. And then all the way through here, you've got the way of the scruff, which is my way of trading. Up to now, there's 43 modules of everything you need to be able to trade, plus my primary strategies that I use. Now, what you got to remember with strategy is it's a framework rather than an X marks the spot. If you think it's X marks the spot, you're going to be disappointed. You need to be able to read conditions. And that's what we're going to do right now. So if this is good, you like this sort of thing, do subscribe. Genuinely helps and motivates me to do more. And then if you see value, share it to your friends and smash your like, all of that sort of stuff. So let's have a look at this and see what we've got. Well, at the moment, this surge is what's interesting. How much power is in it? Well, that's what we're about to find out. Now, I work things out on a spreadsheet. And I give this sheet to the guys at the top of each hour. Here. And what it's telling me of the markets that I'm sort of looking at this moment in time. I've finished with the DAX. It's telling me to sell the pound. It's telling me to monitor it, so it's ready in this hour. It's a fair trade, so it's got most of the elements ready. And there's a half decent target to be had, so 10, 15 pips, maybe even 20 pips. So I'm pretty happy with this. So what's the trick here? Well, the trick is patience, to be honest. Now, if I pull this out to the hour, you can see absolute surge, and now it's stalling in and around this zone. And it's going backwards and forwards. Now, I've put an entry kind of point here. And the way I'm looking at this is very, very simple. This is the DNA of that hourly chart. You can see that it's had lots of buying pressure. It's now had a surge, a massive surge. And then it came to this area, thump. It put the brakes on. And you can see that in all of the tails. Final flush, sellers in. Look at these bodies. They're very small. So it's like the dying embers of the fire, if you like. I would like the price to be above this, ideally. If not, I'm going to candle count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll put my entry down here. But this is a key level. It could be a bounce point, so it could be quite dangerous to do that. So I want a bit of meat on the bones to get my 10 pips. Well, that's where that is. Because if I measure this out, just get a measuring tool. Oops, sorry. Drag that up. It's about 10 pips. All right. So these entry exits are already keyed in. I know exactly what it is I'm after, how I'm going to get them. And you can see the sellers are coming in. It's edging ever so closer up there. So you could go in, but this becomes a problem. And I'm a bit worried about that. I want to see it break through it, or at least have enough momentum up here to smash through, because I think it will come through it. And how do I know that? Well, if I look up here on the hourly, I can see the tail coming in. Push, push. This can't continue indefinitely. And what we do know with overextended candles, power shift candles, that's these things here. It's a candle that is out of the ordinary, bigger than normal, and is aggressive here. And all it means is the power was in a single direction, power shift. Okay. Now, these also run out of steam because they soak up all of the orders and catch traders out on the wrong side. We've also got people that will look at that and want to take opposing positions, which means it's prime for a good retracement. Well, if we're going to retrace that single candle, put a fib onto this, that'll get it down to here, you know, and that's a good order. It's a good target. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to place the trade, and then I'll come back to you at the end. And if you want sort of little questions answered in these videos, just drop it in the comments, because I'll answer every one of them. Or send me an email. You find all my contact details in the comments section and the description. And there's also useful links there for various bits of software. It's like an automated journal. That's pretty darn good. Trader Sync. I use it myself. There's my own personal journals are there. If you're looking at prop funds, my preferred one is the 5%ers, and you'll get a 5% discount off those. Now, I'll be doing a video on the 5%ers this week, because I've introduced a new program that is peanuts. You know, it's like $40. Putting some skin in the game is one of the only ways to learn how to trade. And at $40, just to, well, it's not, I don't even think it's the $40, I think it's about $39. It's peanuts, you know, and at least you've got a chance of getting something from it as well. So it's a really, really good program to look at. For no other reason that doesn't cost you a lot to get in, helps you learn the craft. And also Traders Day Live, which I'm privileged to be a speaker at. Check that all out. Anyway, let's see how well we can do on this trade, because up to now I've done quite well. Nothing. There we go. That's what I've done this morning. So I'm going to be conservative, get 50, 60 quid out of it. Anything more, outstanding. Okay, guys, I've pulled the plug on it. It's done exactly what I wanted it to do. It went to the areas that I highlighted earlier. And, well, it's the end of the night. That's 3. I've been working here since around 6:30 this morning. So it's been a long day for me, but it's been a good day. Let me show you. So I've got nothing left. No tickets are running because I closed everything off. Ah, bollocks. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. Few quid off 500 quid. It'd have been nice to have 500 quid. But look at the position sizes. The position sizes are relatively small. So that's making the pip count incredibly high. So I'm not getting in for a couple of pips. I'm getting in for some decent pips. Now inside this you will see different elements where, like, that's a pip, stopped it out. This one's 3 pips, had to reposition it. This one here, incredibly good, you know. This one, incredibly good, good. So all the good outweighs the bad, and I'm right to pull it out because look, there's the reversal coming in right now. Now, what will happen here is it'll pull back up, find a bit, and then maybe collapse on down. But I don't know if that's going to happen. What if that's just going to continue the larger move? And the larger move is this. What I was capitalizing on was that drive and then the quick snap retracement. Simple stuff. Now, because I do it that way, it makes life easy for me. Because I get in, I get my money, I get out. And as many times as you watch these videos, that's all I do. I get in, I get out, I get paid. Now, every video gets kicked into, every single one of them. I did one this morning on the DAX, you know, showed you exactly what was happening, why it was going to take place, and within seconds of it going up, there's a boot in. Why? It can only be from the same person. How do I know that? Because it's within seconds of it going up. Bang. So I've got a question. If you're struggling, why do you become aggressive? Because if you become an aggressive, you'll take that out on the one thing you're trying to achieve in the first place, which is the chart. And how do I know you want to be on the chart? Because you're watching a trading channel. How do I know you're aggressive? Because you kick it into it. So my advice to you, my friend, is step back, take a deep breath, and understand what you're looking at. If you're failing, you're failing. It's not a bad thing. We all fail in our life, you know. And this is one of the things that I don't like about the modern era of wokeness and sort of snowflakes, etc. I come from a generation where there was none of that. You know, I've got no time for snowflakes. I've got no time for woke. I have time for common sense. You know, if you're offended by what I say, don't watch it. If you don't understand what I say, ask. Be polite and I'll tell you. But if you're a dick and you kick it in, and then you ask me, because there is a guy who does that. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. One message is nice, the next one's awful. And the reason why the next one's awful is because he's been awful for a long time. And I won't help this person. There's not an amount of money on the planet will make me help this person. But if you're nice, and you say, please.
Bring on the dancing girls. Get rid of this idiot. Fuck you. Off.
Of course I'll help you. That's the right thing to do. But when you talk about the woke culture, nobody's allowed to lose. When my grandkids are at school, everybody in the class gets a parcel or a prize on sports day. It's an attendance prize. I kind of disagree with that. I think learning to lose is as important as learning to win. In fact, I think it's more important. When I'm talking to the guys in the squad, I talk more about the pain thresholds than the pleasure. Because the pain will teach us a lesson the pleasure can't. You know, if you're winning all the time and you're getting good results all the time, over and over, what that does is that breeds complacency. It also breeds a sense of arrogance. And if you have that arrogance, you'll start coming to the chart and you'll start thinking you're king dingaling. Well, one, nobody likes anybody that's arrogant, you know. They certainly don't. They certainly don't like a show-off. And the markets doesn't like it either. Because what happens is the market will always be king. Doesn't matter how good you are, whether you're king of the tree or whatever, you're only a little fish in a big pond when it comes to the markets. And the owner of that pond is the chart. And the chart will cripple you in a heartbeat if it can do it. Because you're insignificant to it. So why is the pain better than the pleasure? The pain will keep you humble. If you're humble, you're respectful. If you're respectful, you'll not go at the charts heavy. And that's how you survive. You keep it realistic. Sermon according to Scruffy. Where'd that come from? It really came from a couple of emails that I had while I left the camera running. Switch it off. I need to speak to Joanne about a few things. And the email was quite heartfelt. And I can give them the best advice, and I will give them the best advice and get them through this. But for everybody watching this, be realistic. And if I can sum up trading in one word, it's respect. Respect yourself, respect the charts, respect your fund, and respect those who you think you can learn from. You get a lot further in life. Anyway, there you go. So I did that for you guys. I'm always happy to help. So as always, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love. And the money will follow. See you all in the next one.